everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. My project today is one using the bundle Beary Cute stamp set and a punch for this one. And the box measures 3 3/4 by 4 1/4 by 1 1/4. Alrighty, and this one I did with the Night of Navy in the background. The next one I'm going to do is with the real red in the background and the real red ribbon. Alright, so I don't have anything yet for Christmas treats and things, but this just to show you, and there's even about 1/8 of an inch extra room. It will fit 2 of our stamp pads in there, our Stampin' pads, okay? So that gives you an idea of how big it is. Alrighty, so I did want to say thank you so much for your suggestions for the kit. I'm going to be using Sending Cheer stamp set and Sending Cheer dies for the kit in probably beginning of November. I'll do the kit. Alrighty, so if you wanted to get the kit, this is the bundle I'm doing it. I was gonna do the bear, but I did a punch for the October kit for the pick of the patch, so I wanted to do one with dies. And this one has lots. It has a Santa hat, and it has lots of different little themes that you can go with. So that's one I've chosen. So what we need for this project, we need some stamping on very vanilla this time because the background of this paper is very vanilla. Also for the tree, I'm stamping on Old Olive. We need a piece of real red that is 10.5 by 7.5 from the Beary Christmas Designer Series paper. We need this square that is from the Stylish Shapes dies. It is the largest square in the set, and it measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. All right, and then we need another piece of real red cardstock that measures 3 by 3.5. All right, so then for the rest of the Beary Christmas DSP, we need 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 4, 2 pieces that are 1 by 4, and 2 pieces that are 1 by 3.5. Okay. All right, so let me get my Simply Scored and we'll start scoring. Okay, so we're going to start on the 10.5 inch side, and we're going to score at 1 1/4, 5, 6 1/4, and 10. Then we're going to turn it to the 7.5 inch side and score at 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. All right. Now I'm going to fold and burnish all the score lines. This is my host code. Please put that in for any purchases under $150, not including your shipping and tax. And I do send out a little thank you gift. So how I have this is the skinniest rectangle is on the right. And then we have a 3/4 inch strip up here and a 1 1/4 inch strip on the bottom. And this is what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we're going to start over here, and we're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge both sides of that square. Go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and the next score line. Cut it to the first score line, and then wedge this side, both sides of this square. Go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into that skinny rectangle. All right, now turn it so that your skinniest rectangle is over here. And we're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, and wedge up into that skinny rectangle. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, and we're going to cut off these two pieces, and I take off that score line with it to make it nice and smooth there. Next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, and wedge the square. Okay, now we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of the rectangle on the bottom, and wedge both sides of the square. Okay, so now turn it so that the skinniest rectangle is over here, and then this top piece is where we're going to round the corners. Okay, and this is what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring and cutting. Okay, then we're going to get our tear and tape and put it on what's left of the skinny rectangle next to the score line. Take your pick tool and take the backing off. Flip over the whole thing, flip the side with the tape, and then the other side to meet it. Okay, the part with the seam is your back, so we're going to put a little bit of glue on these tabs and pull down the back, and then put some glue here and push that forward. Make sure your lines are straight. And push down your tabs inside. And that is your box. Okay, so now we need our pieces of DSP. The two pieces that are 4 by 3.5 are going to go on the front and the back. The pieces that are 1 by 4 long sides and 3.5 by 4 the short sides, and use liquid glue to put all of them on. Okay, now we're going to let that dry, and we're going to do our stamping. So first we'll do our tree. You need the 2 tree stamps for this. It's this one and this one. And we're going to use Old Olive ink, and this is Old Olive Cardstock. So I'm going to do the outline first, and then the inner pieces. Just like that. And that piece we have to fussy cut. And then we're going to do with Berry Vanilla, we're going to do the bear, and this is the bear that you can cut with your punch. So Tuxedo Black Ink, and also with Tuxedo Black Ink we're going to do the present. And with Real Red Ink I'm going to do the scarf. And I'm just going to match up the width of his neck, and that's where I'm going to put it. Okay. Now for the bear here, we're going to just use our punch. Okay, there's our bear. And then I just have to fussy cut the tree and this little present. Okay, now I'm just going to use a Real Red dark marker, Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to I'm going to color in the present with a Real Red dark Stampin' Blend. Okay, now we need our piece, our square that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 out of the Beary Christmas Designer Series paper. And we're going to put our tree down first with dimensionals. We're going to use a bunch of dimensionals on this. Okay, And I'm just going to put 4 on here. I'm going to put this just a little away from the top and about 1/4 inch from the side. Okay, and then I need a piece of dimensional on the bottom part of the present. And then I'll put a little bit of glue on the top corner here. Oop. Oh, goodness. All right. And then I'm going to put the present right down here on the edge of the tree. Okay, and now we need some dimensionals for the back of the bear. I think just one more, a little one on his foot there. And I'll put a little bit of glue on the front, the head, and the front of his chest here. The top of his leg. And I'm going to have just the edge of his leg hang over the edge on the bottom. And there we go. Okay, now we need the piece of real red cardstock that is 3 by 3.5. Okay, and then I'm going to take our real red ribbon. This one is from the Real Red and Garden Green ribbon combo pack. And I'm going to just tie it around the long side and tie a bow all the way at the top. Now this one I used the Night of Navy glittered ribbon. And then just cut it where it meets the edge. Okay. Then we need dimensionals. Oh, I twisted it, but that's all right. It's not going to show on the back. Then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of our bear square. And I am going to put him about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom and the 2 sides. And we're going to leave this much up here for the bow to be in. All right. Now we need our box. And just open your box and you need a small circle punch. This one's about 1 inch. And just take about 1/4 of an inch piece of a circle down, and it'll be so much easier to open your box. All right, and then we need dimensionals on the back. I secured this with a little bit of tape because it got a little bit long and I didn't want to redo my bow, so I just secured it with a little piece of Scotch tape. And if I hadn't done that, I probably would put a dimensional on the edge of it just to secure it. So long as it looks good on the front, that's what we want. All right, and then I'm just going to put this, it has about 1/4 of an inch on all sides from the DSP. I don't know. I like them both. Okay, and for the final touch, I'm going to take some Iridescent Discs. These come in Melon Mambo, Pool Party, Granny Apple Green, and Poppy Parade. I'm going to be using the Poppy Parade ones. And I'm going to put them on the tree. I'm going to put one up there. One right here. And one in front of the bear right there. Okay, and that's it. If you have any questions, my email is below, along with the link to my blog. Has all the directions, and there's pictures over there. And also, there is a link to my Facebook group, which I do certain announcements on there about sales, or if I'm not going to have a video that day. And the link to my shop where you can purchase these products. All right, have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.